Good morning, traders. It's Thursday morning, just 10 or 15 minutes after my last update. But I've been watching this correction. This went all night long, and even though we've got the FOMC minutes released today, I'm looking at this impulsive wave, and so I'm thinking this is more or less an elongated ABC. And since I'm getting that impulsive wave, I'm going to go long because my long term, my 6 hour, my daily, it's all telling me that this is heading up. And so even though we're before, I am, 2.5 hours before the FOMC, I am taking a look at this and seeing whether it's just moving early. There's a 5-minute chart, an impulsive wave heading back up. There's the 15. Here's the hour right here, 1 hour. And so I will let you know if I go long here. We'll pause this for a little bit and kind of keep an eye on it. All right, been watching this for the last few minutes, and this impulsive move is trying to form here off what I think is the end of this correction. And so I'm going to go long right here. And even though it's 2.5 hours before the FOMC, I think the FOMC meeting minutes are probably going to be interpreted right along with what Powell spoke about yesterday at the Economics Club of New York. So I'm going to go long here, give myself some room, and this may be premature, and we'll see if it works out or not. So we'll go long, assuming that this looks like this correction is ending, and that is the place to enter a trade, end of a correction, beginning of a trend. So let me drop this stop loss down a little ways. Let's go probably, let's go 8 points. So we're at 23 would be 8 points, 27, 23. Let's see what 8 looks like on the chart. Yeah, it's just below that low. So yeah, if it goes below that low, my theory was wrong, and I was looking at the market wrong, and I'll have to wait until it plays out again. But like I said, this looks a little impulsive here. And it looks like this typically looks like an overnight correction. It just stretches out and then it gets moving the next day. So we are long. It is 8:28 my time in the morning, Thursday, which is 10:28 Central, 11:28 Eastern. And we're an hour, 2.5 hours, 8:30, yeah, 2.5 hours before the FOMC minutes are released. And I will get back to you guys when this closes, or maybe the end of the day if it's taken off and I'm still in the market. Hello again, traders. It is Thursday morning and 20 minutes before 11 my time, so it's 20 minutes until the Open Market Committee releases its minutes. And since I'm not clear on what this is doing, I believe that my first impression is it did an ABC already and it's starting to climb, and the minutes when they're released here in 20 minutes will just shoot this thing up. But since I'm not too clear, when I go to a 1 hour chart, you can make the case for that's an A, that's a B, and it's going to go down again before it goes up. And so since it's not clear to me, when I don't see clarity, I don't trade. So I'm at 8.5 points right now, so I'm going to close this trade for 8.5 points, and I will watch the FOMC, see what it does, and depending on what the pattern shows me, then I will get back in. The best scenario for me is that this does go back down below this what I call as a C wave right now. But if this is an A, a B, and down to C somewhere, then I'll look for the end of a correction down here. If it takes off and goes above this last high and closes up there and continues to roll, I'll look for a correction up there to go long again, because obviously on this longer term chart, here's the daily, I think we're just getting rolling. As far as I could tell, that's what's happening. We're on a wave 3 right now, but time will tell if I'm right or wrong on that. So I closed that, took a little over 8 points, and we'll see what the economic report says here in 20 minutes when it happens.